Hello, hello.
That's
Woo!
Kelly's our intro because we don't really have one. Welcome to episode 49. 49 episodes of The Authentic Hustle. Our ratings are going through the roof. Thank you to our one listener and live viewer. Just kidding. We've got some viewers and we've got some great stats Kelly and I talked about this morning. So welcome to The Authentic Hustle. It's 11:01. I don't know what the date is. What is it? January 14th?
January 14th.
14 days into the new year.
Yeah.
Things are going well. Feels good for me anyway. And that's it. Let's go. This is episode
Okay.
49. And I think what we should do today is let's just talk about good things. Let's talk about 2026, what's going to be our big wins and what we're looking for.
Man, I'm super excited about 2026. There's no holding it back. I have so many good feelings about this year. I think the BDP is really starting to get legs. We just crossed our 300th episode. We're 307 this morning. 300,000 downloads and
That's
growing.
insane.
Yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm excited to launch. I used to work there. It's so funny because like trying to get a new show like that off the ground in a format that I've never worked with before, like storytelling and specifically other people's stories, is a learning curve. In my mind, I was like, oh, yeah, we'll have the first episode out in January. It's like, oh, no, it's going to take a little longer than that, I think. But honestly, I think once it gets legs, Colin, that's going to be really huge. And I'm excited for it because it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Obviously, Authentic Hustle, we're crossing our first year here, February 1st, which, right around the corner. Like, we're right there, like 2 weeks away. And last but not least, I completely forgot. But, dude, we're going back to the moon in like a month. Artemis 2. Wow. NASA's going to the moon again.
Oh, wow.
For the first time since like the 60s.
Seriously?
The 70s.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I don't know if they're landing. I don't know enough about Artemis 2 yet, but I know that for sure we're going to go circle it, which
That's
I don't think has happened in a whole lot of years.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
VJ.
What?
No, I was just starting to share about this thing in terms of like positivity. I mean, there are a lot of things going on. I mean, the last 2.5 years, guys. I mean, like I left everything. I dropped everything. I stopped consulting. The only thing I was doing is like building Zadwell, Pathfinder. That's all I've been doing. I think we have taken it to a shape where it can actually. We have built it. We have built credibility. And people are actually looking up to the way we have actually productized consulting, and I think many people are fans of that, and they like to they've asked questions like, how do you do this, how do you do that, and we have had some good clientele that we are building, and I wish there was more cash in the door, but it's fine. Wherever we started somewhere, we have crossed a phase. We didn't have any brand awareness or anything like that. I think we have built that, which is great. So excited for more new projects this year. I'm slowing down a little bit on Pathfinders to be able to focus more on Zadwell and other work. And I'm getting more requests on consulting. It's a new year. I haven't consulted for almost last 2 years, so being fully focused on the business. So I think I'll be doing more consulting. Excited for that. I'm getting some really good requests, so I don't want to turn it down. And so that is, I'm excited for that. And some story I want to share in terms of, I was just saying moments ago, was about like bringing light in the darkness, a pathetic painting I drew like a couple months ago. It says,
I think it's worth $1 million.
I'm going to sell it one day. But the story I want to share is about like bringing light into your life, and also give a shout out to my brother's short film, which is coming. It's called Sunrise. So he's a photographer. His new short film is coming. It's called Sunrise. I never thought about Sunrise as much, but today in our basement, like I was sharing minutes ago, guys, like there was the darkest room in the basement. It's a washroom. It never gets sunlight. I never thought it would ever get sunlight. But you know what? Like we opened the curtains, the facades in a different way a day ago. Today we got sunlight in that washroom, and I thought the light was off for a second. Then when I actually walked in, it was actually sunlight coming. The sunlight came directly to the washroom, and it brought me happiness to me for that moment. So I just want to share that. Like, so invite the light into your life. So I think your darkness will disappear. That's the message.
Oh, super.
So in my studio, it's also in the basement, kind of tucked away. There's no windows in this room. It's just my little, like, my Zen office area. But outside, we do have a bathroom kind of in a hallway. No sun gets to it. But let me tell you, VJ, that light is always on because my kids leave it on. There ain't no darkness in this basement.
Right.
No matter how many times I tell them, please turn off the lights.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. You know what, VJ, good perspective and good story. Because what it does is really brings us to when you're looking at, we can look at the same thing day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, get the same results, right? So have the same mindset, the same mind frame. But when you look at it from a different angle, look what happens, right? You just moved one thing and you have a whole
Exactly.
new perspective,
Right.
right? Like you could have literally at some point sold that house and said, I don't like that dark little basement area or whatever, and never known what's different. And I think we go through life not knowing what's around the next corner or, where the next light is almost,
Right.
right? Like
Right.
it's
Right.
remove that veil and see what happens. And
Yeah.
so it may seem like a very simple story, but not really. It's pretty deep actually.
Yeah.
I
No,
like it.
small things bring maximum happiness for me, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, like the big things are okay, fine. Okay, we bought a home. Great. But
Yeah.
this one brought more happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason.
No, it's
Anyway,
good, man.
Well,
It's a really good outlook.
and I think as leaders, finding happiness in a moment is harder than it looks. Right? Like you
Oh.
really almost have to be like, I'll use me as an example. This year on my birthday, I woke up at like 5 a.m. and I just went down to the basement, lit a fire, and sat on the couch. And for probably the only time in the entire year, guys, I just thought about everything we've done and how insanely amazing it's been. I was honestly just grateful for my life. And it's weird to like say that because it's like, of course, we're all grateful for our lives. But when was the last time that you just actually felt that gratefulness where you were just like, hey, man, like this is actually awesome? Like, I'm always forward thinking. Like, Colin, we talk every week. I'm always, what's next? What can I build? It's like I live in the future. Every once in a while, though, it's so fleeting, but I find myself living in the actual moment. And when I live in the moment, I feel good. I feel good. But it's not something that happens all the time. In fact, it happens so little. Most of the time, it's always what's next? What's the next mountain, right? How do we take this thing to the next level? But if you're always going to the next level, it's hard to appreciate everything you've done.
You know what I think that is, Kelly? I think we constantly strive for validation, right? Whether it's from our customers, from listeners, from viewers, whatever it may be, family, friends, whatever it is, we're constantly striving to be validated, right? Whether we're selling something or we're promoting something, whatever we're doing, but it's like you've done the reps. You go to the gym, you do the reps. And at some point, you're no longer looking for validation, right? You can lift heavier things, and that may seem simple, but it's not because you lift enough, you keep doing the reps, keep doing the reps, keep doing the reps. All of a sudden, you're lifting heavier things, you're doing bigger things, you're getting in better shape. Same as your business, right? Your business, your life. So when you sat on the couch there, basically what you're doing, you weren't looking for validation, you were validated, right? And you got to that top of that mountain and you can sit there and go, I'm here, right? It's not over.
Yeah. It's just, like you've actually done stuff, right?
You've done stuff.
I think what's so weird about it though, Colin, and if I have to like explain the moment, I don't know what it was about that moment that made me reflect. Right? I think it just happened to be the time of the day, the ambient situation of the moment. The fact that I literally had nothing to do. I think maybe that being the other side of it, it was my birthday. I was not in any rush to do anything. I just wanted to enjoy the day. And so I just sat down on the couch and I think maybe I gave myself the opportunity that I rarely give myself to just appreciate a moment. And I think maybe that's like one of the lessons that we can take away today is that like, I think most of us have a lot to appreciate and we forget it. We forget all of it.
Is that what they mean when I don't think I actually understood it till now, is when they say live in the present.
I think
right? Like
that's
sometimes you have to enjoy living in the present, not always striving for more, not always looking back. right? Tear down the rearview mirror, like just look forward, but being happy with where you're at, right?
Yeah.
Being satisfied.
Well, and one of the questions that I might pose to you was I feel like when I was an employee, I lived in the present all the time, right? Like I lived in the present all the time. I was out having fun. I was doing all these things on the weekend. I wasn't worried about building my business or where my next clients were coming from or anything like that because I had a steady paycheck.
Yep.
I think being an employee allows you really to enjoy the present maybe a little bit more. I think it was when I became an entrepreneur and everything felt like it was on my shoulders and I had a lot to build. And you guys know I didn't just take on a business development firm. I built a podcast, built a community, building another podcast, right? Like did coaching. Like I'm a guy who fills up his plate. Let's just put it that way. I fill up my plate. But I think maybe one of the challenges with filling up your plate is the fact that you're always living in the future. It's very rare that you are very present in a moment.
I'd agree. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I think that is, I mean, I've thought about being in the moment for a long time in terms of like how children approach it. They don't think about the past or the future. They're in
living.
the moment.
They're just
all
there
the time.
in the moment.
The older they grow, they stop being in the moment. They start, okay, fine, I have to finish my 10th grade. I have to finish my 12th grade. I have to go to the college. I have to go get a work. I have to get married. I have to get a house, right? So the more they grow older, those are not bad things, but I think we forget being in the moment.
Yeah.
I think that's the lesson I get from children every single time. I see the spark in their eyes every single time. So they're so happy. Even this conversation, guys. So the moment, let's say we start thinking about, okay, will this episode get 1 million views? Will this get 1 million downloads, right? I mean, the moment we start thinking about it, I think the fun is lost, actually.
I agree.
So I think life is also exactly the same thing, like this episode. What happened and what is going to happen tomorrow. I don't think those things, it matters, but I don't think it matters as much also. The only thing that is real is the current moment and current second, I guess.
True. I think a big part of it is too, and I hope, and I think I've learned for myself is, if I use the right term, consumerism, right? I've moved past that. I don't need to buy things. I don't need to, I used to use it, my wife and I, when our kids were little, take them in a shopping cart, go to Walmart, go to Costco, go here, go there. What we're really doing is, my lights went out. Hello. But what would happen is we're looking to, let's buy something, let's do something. We're missing something, right? And I'm at the point in my life now where, you know what, I'm trying to convince my wife to buy a new vehicle, and show her a picture, and she's like, "Well, what's that?" I'm like, "Well, it's a vehicle. There it is." And she's like, "Why are you showing it to me?" No, don't worry about it. I'm not actually.
Just trying to plant the seed.
and we don't need one, but over time you're convinced you need another one or whatever, or a newer one.
I disagree, Colin. I think you do need a brand new Corvette. They actually just made one that does 0 to 60 in like 1.3 seconds or something.
Well, you know what? There's a thing called the Milk River Kinsman Lottery down here, and it's a Corvette. They give away a Corvette.
There you go.
So I did buy a ticket for that the other day. so maybe I'll get one.
There you go.
Colin, don't do it.
Well, if I win it, but you know what I mean? Like, I think there's times where we're constantly chasing, we're wanting to do more. We want to, if I just buy that one more thing, I'll get there. I'll be satisfied, right? You're never going to sit on the couch, just drink your coffee and go, you know what? I'm good, right? I'm good. And I think the world around us doesn't help us get there. I think there's just so much going on. But even that being said, that's still up to us, what we let happen to us, right? And this year, we keep talking about non-negotiables, or I shouldn't say we, I am always talking about non-negotiables.
Yeah.
That should almost be a thing, is where I need to take some time just to live in the present and make that a non-negotiable, right? Otherwise, time just goes on. Like I was saying to Christy yesterday, like, I can't believe it's the 14th.
Yeah.
Like, obviously same 24 hours a day, but it's the 14th, and we've been blessed with this insane good weather we're having, right? For where we're located geographically. It's going to be 17 above here tomorrow, which is, I'm going to mow my lawn.
It's
Actually,
insane.
I'm going to mow my lawn.
For our worldwide listeners,
right?
Alberta weather to be plus 17 in January is ridiculous.
Yeah. Right. And I am going to mow my lawn. I was telling Kelly I'm going to mow my lawn tomorrow just
I
because.
can't believe you guys don't have snow. Like
Dude, we
in
have none.
Edmonton, we have a lot of snow still. So the fact that you guys have
Yeah.
none is just crazy.
Yeah, we don't have any. I
Yeah.
was wearing shorts all week.
Yeah. So for
I just
those
saw a
of you
post
who
this-
don't know, Colin is about 4 hours away from me and VJ.
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
hours actually. I just drove few.
Is it 5?
It took-
Okay.
it took
It's 5. It's 5, but I'm 45
Even longer
minutes.
for you, Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 45 minutes from the U.S. border.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly
Right.
45.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
What I was
Anyway,
gonna say.
what were you going to say?
No, I was gonna say like the weather. Like when you saw weather, I saw a post this morning. Like it I think in Edmonton it was 10.3 degrees or something.
Oh,
The
it's
last
beautiful.
time
It's
it was
beautiful
at
outside.
this weather, yeah, it was in 1861, something like that.
Wow.
During this time, yeah.
And you know what? And that's because they did not take the weather, so they just made that up. That's it. They're like 1861.
It's all
They-
that
they-
coal. It's all that coal they were pumping into the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
How do they know that?
Yeah.
They don't have AI. Somebody just
Yeah.
made that up. But
No,
but you
I
know
think I think they have been keeping records, but once again, I think maybe the question is, it's like, were they though?
true.
Yeah.
They were. So I think this is a pretty good topic. Living in the now or living in the present, right? And I like that. But you can only get there. Like that's a peace thing. You have to have
Yeah.
peace with what's going on. And I've really started to turn the radio off. Right. Like I strategically listen, even just Spotify in my truck or whatever, but not just listening to, like, I'm prone to turning the news on. I need the latest headline. And then I go down that rabbit hole, which isn't a good one. It's only my opinion, but it taints me, right? Then that's what's on my mind. I think about all these things going on. We still live in a first world country. We really do, right? And if I listen to the news, a number of politicians will tell you, we're headed to be a third world country. They don't know what a third world country is, right? Like we have so much to be thankful for. We have so much, we're in business, whether we're in business or say you're an employee, still so much to be thankful for. Like we just, I think we're being told not to enjoy it, or we're being shown how not to enjoy it.
We're
right?
being
How
told
about-
to be afraid. To
be afraid.
And if
Good
you're
call. Good
afraid,
call.
you're fearing you're living in the future, right?
Yeah.
Because the fear is about something that could happen to you, right? You're not afraid in a moment
Yeah.
unless like you're being attacked by a jaguar.
Yeah.
That's a moment present that you are completely valid to
Yeah.
be afraid and fight back with all you got.
True.
But I think almost everything else, even hope, when you think about it, hope is about the future. Fear is about the future. Anxiety is about the
True.
future. All the things that are really hard are about the future. And I think, like I said, it's like living in the present frees you from that, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah. Yeah. When I think, I'm not going to get into that topic, but anxiety and those things, the fear of tomorrow is so great. It causes that type of strife on you right now.
Yes.
Right. And the sad part about tomorrow, it never really comes.
Yeah.
Right. Because I had a friend, which I'll make it happy now. I had a friend, he had a audio stereo, whatever you'd call that. What would you call it? Stereo business, high-end, hi-fi,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, back in the day, he had a big billboard sign in Lethbridge. His store was called Listen In. And he said, everything half off tomorrow. And guess what? Tomorrow never comes. So people would come in and they'd be like, when's the sale? Tomorrow.
Oh, right.
Well, it's always tomorrow. So, and then on the other side of the billboard, it was his as well. And he said, I am, the competition always says I'm second to none. I'm none. So anyway, thought I'd throw that in there. He was a good dude.
Yeah, that's funny.
I have an uncle who lives in Toronto, and he used to visit us in Pennsylvania, and like they love shopping in the US. They live in Canada, and they love
They
visiting
used
us.
to.
They used to. So they don't visit us because we don't live there. So they used to like every few months, like 2-3 months, they could come down, do the shopping, come back to Canada. And the uncle and I, like he likes online shopping, but he's okay with that. But he doesn't like the retail shopping. But uncle and I, he used to like he's kind of like okay, fine. I don't want to say it, but anyway, but he and I used to sit in the car and he used to like watch all the shopping, and his wife and others doing the shopping. She's running to go get the 75% off. You know what? Had she sat in the car, she would have saved 100%. And like I keep saying it, she doesn't get it.
Oh, that's a good one.
And
That's a good one.
so I love I enjoy spending time with him. But yeah, it is fun actually. I mean, the sale you mentioned, like that, it sort of brought to my mind. But actually, I wanted to say something else in terms of like being in the moment, Colin or Kelly. I think uh, this is something I struggle with, but at the same time, I wish more people adopted it. So you want to be in the moment. I think you have to start paying more attention to the signal than the noise, right?
Mm.
And you want to be in the moment. Probably you have to spend more time, not like look for momentum than rather than look for motion, right? Is it motion versus
Yep.
momentum? So what are you looking at? So you want to be in the moment. Probably look for being intentional with everything that you're doing. I think those things will matter if you want to be in the moment and moving the needle. Kelly, I like the phrase when you bring it up with the Catalyst Club or elsewhere. So that's how I think the needle moves. So being very intentional, looking for the signal and looking for the things that actually builds momentum rather than noise and motion and
If
like
Yeah, it's good.
if
just
you're
just
not
being random
intentional,
words.
the thing
Yeah.
about move the needle is this: if you're not intentional, there's a million things that will come up, right? Like Colin, you
Right.
run a big business. If
Mhm.
you just let everything that came across your desk run your life, you'd never do anything. You'd be putting out fires all day long,
Yeah, that's right.
right? It's like you have to get intentional about what is actually important, because if you're not intentional, the world will make everything a priority when it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
you're right. It's you have to be very precise about your decision making, even, right? What am
Yeah.
I going to tackle? What am I going to go after? What am I going to react or respond to? All those things. And I'm finding it that more this year. I think it's just a mental thing where I'm in a better space to really sit down and tackle those things and look at them one after the other. And how am I going to clear my day, right? Not put more into my day, but clear my day so I make better decisions. And that's all part of it. A couple of notes that I had written down, and I just keep doing this the last few days. It's one of my resolutions, I guess. Is just I need to write more. Right when it's in my head, I need to write it. I need to write it, and then I can go back. And one was, this isn't a hype year; it's a precision year. Right? I need to be precise in how I do things, and that will give me better quality. Right?
Yeah.
I don't need quantity. I don't need that, and that's where, you know what? If you had 400,000 downloads, you'd be better off to have 300,000 quantity downloads than 400,000 crap that
Correct.
just go away.
Yeah,
Right?
correct. Or
That type of
like
thing.
100,000 that's bots, right? Like downloads
Yeah.
don't matter
Yeah.
unless they're real people.
That's
Period.
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I proved that out on TikTok the other day. I just I had an ad out, or a what do you call it? A TikTok. I had a
TikTok.
TikTok.
You were TikToking.
I had it out, and then it I don't know. It had like 200 views, and then it said for $25 or whatever, get 6,000 views. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to check this out. Psh, yeah, paid, and I'll tell you right now. Let me look at it. I don't know what it's doing. We're getting a lot more followers. It's on one of my business pages.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 14,001 views. So that's a lot more exposure.
No
So I
kidding.
think they baited me with the 6,000, right? And then gave me a whole bunch more because
that
they
you'll
want
do it again
They want another
endlessly.
$25. That gets me nothing, right? But I have not bots, but I did another 250 followers.
Yeah.
Just on that page. Right?
That's pretty incredible for $25.
For $25, and they're not bots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
What's
kind of interesting.
You know what has been interesting, and I think maybe we can talk about, is specifically our YouTube growth, right? Like of this show even, and the BDP.
Where are we?
So yeah, I was gonna say. So over the past 2 months, really, we've started releasing a lot more clips. So if you enjoy the show and you like little sound bites, check out our YouTube. We got lots. Love to see you there. Follow us. But we weren't really posting a lot. Like I think I would maybe post like 5 or 6 clips from an episode back then. And like really our growth was like pretty flat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even with the BDP, like I wasn't really doing it with the BDP either, even though we had tons and tons of content. I was only posting like
Right.
5 or 6 clips and running with it. So basically you look at this bar graph and it's basically flat, especially with the BDP for like 2 years. And then suddenly there's just this line going to the moon.
Right.
And guys, it's the power of like mass amounts of clips. Like we
Mhm.
started releasing now about 30 clips per show for this show and the BDP. And like overnight, we went from like basically nothing to like 20 to 40,000 a month
Wow.
Wow.
of downloads of our clips.
Right.
So like there is something to be said about releasing a quantity. Remember, like there, you know, I mean, you were talking about quality, they got to be quality too. But really, none of us can measure which clip will do well. Period. Like we can't.
That's right.
There's
That's
a
right. We
lot of
don't know.
things. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things playing into it. So you got to play the odds. It's like anything. You got to play the odds. And if you can stack the odds in your favor, more content is usually the better route to go. But I can say, like, it's been crazy. Like the BDP
Mhm.
specifically, guys, in the last 30 days, 46% of our total downloads were in the last 30 days.
Wow.
Right? The show's 3 years old.
Well, and you know what? Hopefully, it's a lesson for us. I believe beginning of the year is still a huge thing for people, right? And maybe that's, you know, we're not even there, but end of the year they were going into it, and maybe that's part of it too, right? People are
Yeah.
searching for something and they find it and they grab onto it. You know, that's pretty positive. I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, what I would say is this too, is that it's not only are the clips on their own performing well, but actually the shows that the clips are taken from are also
Mhm.
doing well. Like I saw this week, guys, our last week's show is already over 50 views, like the whole show.
Right. Yeah.
Like I love the show, but we don't get a ton of views typically.
It's
Like
okay.
it's for us, right? We're having fun.
Yeah,
But it's starting to get traction because people are finding the clips and be like, "Oh, that's awesome! I want to check that
Right.
out." And then they're
Yeah,
watching the
right.
actual show. So there's something to be said, guys, about getting those clips out there. Videos
Well, it's
performing
content,
well.
right?
Yeah.
Content's key. That's what it is.
Video is doing very well
yeah.
as of the start of 2026.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
VJ,
Okay.
any last comments from you, sir?
No, I just wanted to share the quote, be useful. I saw the parting letter from Scott
I like
Adams. I
that.
found it really interesting. I read that. It was good. But I think he has always been useful. He wrote the Dilbert comic and he wrote a bunch of books. But I think he's tried to be useful even until the last day. He was doing a show called Coffee with Scott Adams. Just a bunch of guys, like we are doing this show. He's not too old, actually. I think he was 67 or 68.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he had
young.
cancer. He had to Ali was gone. So his parting words were be useful. So that's something I found profound. So in memory of him, we wanted to share that.
Okay, that's yours, Kelly.
Surround yourself with valuable people. You're only as strong as the community you surround yourself with, and you have to find light in your week, right? Like this, we do this because it's a light in our week. We don't do this because we make a fortune from it. Authentic Hustle is just about 3 guys who are in similar roles, who just enjoy each other's time and like to share insights and like to chat through things. And you know, Colin, like mine and your weekly call is something I look forward to every week. I didn't realize how much I'd look forward to it, but I look forward to it every single week. I love just talking with somebody and having a great conversation. And VJ, you know, we also have multiple conversations usually per week, and we do this show. You guys are my community. You know, I'm fortunate to have a big community, but community is actually so important. And if you don't have community, I would say like find some people that you can talk with each week, find some people who you can get to
agree.
know. It will improve your life. And I think that's it for me today.
All right. Well, I'll sign off with for me, it's quality over quantity. Right. I'd rather have fewer quality things around me, right, or things happening, or I don't want to just say people, right? There's more to it than that, but for sure, quality people. I'd rather have fewer quality people, and just go for it, right? So for me this year, 2026, is having a clear mind, staying grounded, and kind of new for me is being quietly confident, right? I don't need to splash everything out there, but there's key things that I do, but it needs to be quality, not
Yeah.
just everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And last but not least, enjoy where you're at today. Have that moment on the couch. Get up at 5 a.m., light that fire, And
Be
just
present.
be present for one moment and look at your life,
Yeah,
not
true.
for tomorrow, but for where you're at today. I think you'll find value in that.
Boom.
Love that. Love that.
All right,
49.
hustlers. 49. Next week,
gosh.
join us next Wednesday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. We will be there, Authentic Hustle Live. And until then, stay hustling.
Later,
Bye, bye, bye,
hustlers,
bye, bye.
milestone 50 right around the corner.